So is now a good time to buy crypto? What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions here with a super quick market update. I don't know why my computer is lagging, but again, I wanted to make this video. I know I don't believe in crypto. I do not invest in crypto myself. I do believe in anyone's right to invest in any speculative asset that you see to be fit. And with Bitcoin at least now being down over 50% from its previous highs of 126, I could see why someone might ask that question of, hey, risk to reward rise. It's beginning to kind of like entertain me where I might want to buy a Bitcoin or two, right? Or whatever it is that you might want to entertain. I made a reel about this, right? Obviously, I want to highlight that there definitely can be way more downside. I think there's a poll that was ran and there's a 50% probability that Bitcoin can drop below $50,000 per coin, right? And that's with already $2 trillion have been wiped out from crypto markets since October of 2025's all-time high. And that's as crypto crashes below 64,000. Today, BTC hit lows of, I think it was 60,000. Yeah, 60,200 is what the current platform shows that it hit lows of. And why is this happening? There's a lot of obviously liquidations that's going on right now. And today was not a normal day. That's the first thing that I want to highlight. Today we saw $1.4 billion in liquidations. FTX crash was 1.6 and COVID crash was 1.2. So again, one of the major days when it comes down to crypto traders being liquidated. Very simple. What is the one mistake that leads to this liquidation? Because a lot of crypto investors might not want to sell, but what and why would you be forced to sell? Leverage. Unfortunately, again, I don't believe in crypto. I don't trade crypto. I don't own crypto. I'm very open about that. I believe in anyone's right to invest in any speculative asset that they see to be fit. The biggest issue is always leverage, especially with these unregulated platforms. That's why I don't like crypto, because I feel like it's a cesspool of just a bunch of degenerates. And these platforms, unfortunately, give these degenerates the tools to use 20 to 40 to sometimes even 100x leverage. I'm sure a lot of you guys have sometimes seen like that Bitcoin whale. That dude uses 40x leverage, meaning that, again, if you have $10,000 in your account, you can use 40 times of whatever you have aside from the $10,000. You can do 40 times of what you actually have in that account. And that's the wild thing. Leverage is a very dangerous tool when it turns against you. So kind of like Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor's average purchase price is $76,000. If he was leveraged, meaning that like he owed that money back, like that would be a huge issue. If he was any one of us and he would have to borrow money to be able to buy Bitcoin as he has been at those elevated levels, like he is a perfect example of what not to do with crypto. You buy too much at overpriced levels, and then whenever it trades, the price turns against you. Now he has a terrible average purchase price. He's been buying for the past 5 to 10 years. He has nothing to show for it. He's in the red, but the only thing that he can do that we can't is that he does it with share offerings because he has a public company. He dilutes investors, borrows against those shares, and that's how he's able to buy Bitcoin. We don't have that luxury. You either buy with cash or you buy with leverage. Please, the first rule, again, I don't buy this myself, and Bitcoin can definitely go lower. But if you're going to buy it, please do not use leverage. Please understand that it can go lower and that it's so important that you can tolerate the time that it might take for it to recover. So if direction goes against you, at least at that point, you are aware of it. And at least at that point, it's your money. So you won't get margin called or forced to liquidate. The second thing that I want to remind you is that set a realistic timeline. Sometimes these crypto crashes can last 2 to 4 years. So please remind yourself that don't expect a recovery anytime soon. If it happens, cool, but don't expect it. In the sense of be realistic. What is the best case scenario and what is the worst case scenario? When I was thinking about making this video is how can I make it more visually appealing for people that are watching this to emphasize that, wow, like they need to understand the risk, but also the profit potential is I would do the math. Whatever your desired overall position is, let's say that you're willing to invest $10,000 into Bitcoin, or maybe it's $1,000 for you. Maybe it's $100,000. I don't know your financial situation and what you're willing to lose. Because again, this is a gamble for Bitcoin. write out the best case scenario. Let's say that it doubles. Just again, you might think that it's going to 1 million, but sure, whatever is in your wildest dream, write that number and put it and put that picture, somewhere where you trade or invest. But also, what's the worst case scenario? Do you have an exit plan? Do you have a stop loss? Are you just going to hold? Again, whatever your intention and your plan is, also write that worst number down. I just want to make sure that, because when you take your initial position, if you split it into position size management, right, where you take a position and then add more only when direction actually begins to go in your favor, at least at that point, you're always going to be able to see the best case and the worst case scenario. I think that would be key and keep you level-headed every single time you might get a little greedy or a little impulsive to buy more. Look at the worst. Look at the best. Visually, I think it would be amazing for you to always be reminding yourself that nothing is guaranteed, especially not in a market full of greed, right? And the third thing is the trading platform that you use to trade on. Obviously, I don't trade crypto, but I trade in US regulated platforms and brokerages. I would not recommend to use unregulated platforms that are, based overseas. I just don't. Especially if it's a lot of money to you. At least for me, I would never want that kind of exposure or something that is not regulated, where right now we're hearing a lot of rumors of Binance potentially holding withdrawals. That could be one of the worst things, because let's say crypto does begin to fail. And then at that point, you want to pull out your money on these unregulated platforms. But if they pause your withdrawal, like you've seen with Voyager, like you've seen with FTX, then at that point, your money could be gone. For me, I use Webull or I use Moomoo. I'm going to link it down in the description down below. It's the first and second link in the description down below. You can choose whichever platform you want. They are affiliate links, and they also do give you sign-up bonuses. They allow you to also invest into crypto. But for me, if I ever was degenerate enough to pull the trigger on crypto, I would probably buy a 1-for-1 crypto or BTC ETF. Not leveraged, not 2x, not 4x, nothing special, just 1x. And to make sure that it's a real 1-for-1 spot Bitcoin ETF. It's my 2 cents. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think. That being said, I'm still going to talk crap about Bitcoin. I don't like it. I don't like the space, but I respect the idea that we're all here for the same reason, and that's to make money. And that's fine, right? It's not just crypto that's selling off. It's overall markets, NASDAQ, S&P 500, precious metals, and crypto, they're down. It's just crypto, definitely, again, speculative markets, speculative assets are the ones that are experiencing the largest retracement. Melania coin, 99%, Trump coin, 95%, Fark coin, 93%, Dogecoin, 88%, MicroStrategy, 81%. Then when you read these names and then you're like, I don't understand. Why aren't they accepting us? Why don't they believe in crypto? Dude, you have a thing called Fark coin. Trump came out with a thing called Trump coin and does nothing, right? You came out with NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and convinced everyone that these things were worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then you're like, yeah, sorry we did that, right? It's like, I think it's just all speculation. And to me, again, that's why I don't mess with that community. To me, it seems like it's a bunch of degenerate people. And don't get me wrong, I can see that there's a lot of money to be made when things go parabolic, and I can see why that's attractive. But I'm just not in that position in my life anymore where I have to make it or break it. And that might be a privilege, but I think for anyone, you need to learn how to walk before you run. And to me, crypto is an absolute sprint because of how risky, how unregulated, and how manipulated it all is. Again, just my 2 cents. The thing that I also believe is not helping is you have this founder of Ethereum just dumping Ethereum day in and day out. Also, MicroStrategy just reported $17.4 billion in unrealized losses in their Bitcoin holdings for Q4 of 2025. Again, not a very good look. MicroStrategy, to my understanding, if I'm not mistaken, is now currently down $8.9 billion. Is that correct? I'll have to double check that. $8.9 billion. That seems like a lot. I thought they were just at $2 billion. That'd be wild if they're already nearly at $10 billion. But I'll double check. $8.9 billion. The most important thing that I wanted to share with you guys today is this is where it's not going to just affect crypto. Again, I don't really care about crypto. The reason I really focused much on Bitcoin is because MicroStrategy. I shorted MicroStrategy with intraday setups and it moves with Bitcoin because it holds so much Bitcoin. But now I'm pretty much stepping away from shorting MicroStrategy as aggressively as it once was. But this is something that will impact the overall markets. If the US does attack Iran, because the US embassy is now telling citizens to leave Iran now, markets don't like uncertainty. If this attack does happen, more uncertainty will be injected into the market and markets will fall even further. This could cause gold to go up because it's cyclical. But when it comes down to crypto and when it comes down to overall markets, probably wouldn't be the best. That being said, we'll see how markets continue tomorrow. And I almost forgot to show you. I mean, I went live, so most of you saw it anyways. But yeah, Amazon lost about 10% today after reporting earnings. They beat revenue. They missed slightly on earnings per share, but their guidance was a little bit lower. Again, market sentiment is just incredibly weak right now, so there is a lot of uncertainty. I like to keep it super simple. I look for good quality companies. I invest in the Amazons, the Microsofts, the Googles. I'm super boring. I invest in the AMDs. And I invested a little bit right now as markets retraced, but it's not enough of a pullback because although crypto's down a lot, these individual stocks are not down that much. And overall NASDAQ index is down like 4 or 5%. So very little in the grand scheme of things from previous all-time highs. Things can definitely get worse before they get better. And I want to make sure I have cash available on the sidelines. I'm not against buying right now, but we also don't know how much lower we can go. So again, I'm staying patient, staying calculated. And that's exactly what we like to do with our LPP team within our daily live sessions. So again, I do make daily live sessions every single morning right at market open with our LPP team. They are private live trading sessions. You don't have to join, but if you want to, it's the second link in the description down below. It will give you a huge discount to join LPP. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We have members that joined in 2018 that still watch me trade live today. So if that's something that you want to experience because you learn best by watching other people do, I'll see you tomorrow at Market Open for our live session. That's that second link down below. Appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.